Hello YouTube, so I thought I would do another update on how things are going and what's been happening. If you've not watched my first video, I'm Heather. I'm going through having a gastric bypass surgery. Sorry, my dog just decided to have a big drink. It's really hot today. He's probably going to be there for a long time. So I'm just sort of documenting my journey through videos as other YouTubers have done, and I found it really useful. So on my last video that I did, I hadn't actually been to the hospital yet. I think I was going either the next day or within a few days of that. So since then I've actually been twice. It all sort of happened a bit quickly really. The first meeting was a bit of a disaster. I actually drove to Chelsea and it took me over 3 hours to get there, and I was about an hour late. So I did manage to get to see the bariatric nurse Nuala, and she was fantastic. My weight when I went was the same as what it was in my video, so that was 21 stone 10, and sort of really we just spoke about the surgery. She showed me her little pouch with little staples in, so I can see actually what's physically going to be done. We went over really sort of just the basics really. I don't think I've sort of got, it's completely boring. I got it in Sainsbury's. I wanted to get a fun one, but for now it'll be okay. She gave me a booklet, that was it. She gave me a little booklet. Weight loss, obesity, surgery, and really it's sort of just got about complications, the advantages, disadvantages of the surgery, so really sort of the basics. But sort of we did also speak about what I've done already, and she seemed really impressed with how much I've done on tier 3, and also sort of how much I know about it already due to my mum having surgery. So her view was that she thinks I'm going to move through this process quite quickly, which is really good news for me, because I'm getting a little bit impatient. I don't know if I mentioned it in my last video, but anybody pre-op will understand that this is a very long journey, and it's a very frustrating journey when you're waiting. I almost feel like my life is on hold until I get this surgery now, and sometimes it can completely consume my mind and it's all I can think about, and then other times I'll forget about it and all of a sudden I'll remember and think, oh, you know. So it's been really difficult. So that was really I was really pleased to hear that. So after I did that appointment, she said now I'm going to be brought up at the MDT meeting at the hospital. So if this is really wobbly, because I've got it at the hospital, where I'm going to get assigned a surgeon, and she said that was going to happen straight after Easter. So after Easter I waited about 2 weeks and I didn't hear anything. So I did email Nuala and sort of just say, well, you know, what's going on, because I know that sometimes you can get a little bit forgotten about in the system. And she said, I've been assigned a very experienced surgeon, Mr. Bonanimi. If anybody has had him as a surgeon, I'd really appreciate to hear from you, because I haven't really found many people. So if you have had him, I'd be really appreciative if you can let me know how you found him. I mean, I've googled him, as you do, and I mean, I think he's the lead surgeon at Chelsea. I think he like manages the other surgeons, so I mean, you know, I'm pretty happy with that. But I'd love to hear sort of if people's met him or what they sort of thought of him, although I'm going to meet him soon, so I'll go on to that. So yeah, I've been assigned this surgeon, which was fantastic, and she said that my appointment to meet him wasn't until July, and she said that's miles away, but she said if you can get here this Friday, which was I think the 15th, what month were you in? 15th of April, I think it was. I don't know. 15th of April? I think so. And that was literally like in 2 days' time. I was like, yes, okay, yeah, put me in. So if you can come on this date and meet the dietitian, we can get you in earlier to meet the surgeon, and then it will just speed everything up. So I booked the day off, and we left a lot earlier this time. So we got there about an hour early. So we went and got there's like a Starbucks. I was actually being really good. So sort of the weeks leading up to this, after I met the bariatric nurse, it really sort of kick-started me to think, come on Heather, let's sort of get started on eating healthily, trying to lose a bit of weight before the surgery, because I know they like that. So I joined the gym. So me and my partner was going to the gym 3 times a week, and I was eating sweet potato mash, chicken breasts. I made some turkey burgers. They wasn't very nice. I might try a different recipe next time. So I'd been really careful of what I've been eating, and I didn't really struggle with it. It hasn't been until now that I really struggled with it. Sort of didn't really think much of it, to be honest. I really enjoyed going to the gym, and my partner Dean was being really supportive. He'd come with me, and actually when I went to meet the dietitian, I had actually lost half a stone. So they was really happy with me for that, and they sort of said, what have I done, you know? And I just sort of said, I've just sort of cut out all the things that I know I wasn't meant to be having, that I should have cut out a long time ago. But I said, now I'm sort of getting closer and closer. I think it helped knowing that I'd been approved for the surgery. That sort of helped me kick myself into doing something about my weight now. So yeah, I lost half a stone, and I was really pleased with that. So the dietitian actually gave me quite a lot of information. That's what's mostly in my book. I'll just show you. I know you're probably not going to be able to see it a lot, but there's this page here about the pre-op. That's back to front for you, isn't it? The pre-operative shrinkage diet. So she went over that, and it really sort of just says like sort of, it's like a meal planner. So she's like circled. Yeah, it's back to front. Like you have to like count out how many pieces of spaghetti you have, and things like that, and 2 potatoes egg sized, and 2 tablespoons of mashed potato and things like that. And I've got to do that for 2 weeks before surgery. She wants me to try all this before I see her again, which is 1st of July I see her again, so I will be trying this soon. She did say that there is another option called OptiFast, which is a bit more expensive, and that's just a shake one, but she wanted me to try this one first. If I'm honest, I'm probably going to prefer the shake one because I can't mess up. Not intentionally, but I just think I'd feel more comfortable. I'd know where I am a little bit more with the shakes. But I will give this a go. And it also talks about the golden rules, which she wanted me to try as well, which I have already been doing. The one thing I haven't been doing is the not drinking when eating, which I really need to start doing that. That's really hard. I tried it as soon as I got back and I struggled. I have to have a drink near me when I'm eating, so that's going to be hard. Like chew food well, take small mouthfuls, put your cutlery down. Yeah, sort of just, so this is this, like rules, the golden rules. It also says things about the importance of protein in the diet, and then it goes on to explain in quite a bit of detail about all the different vitamins that I'll need to be careful of, and then it goes on to the stages, which this is why I sort of thought it's really important to keep these, even though I'll probably get these again. It sort of goes on about how long I'm going to be on each stage and in what stages I'm allowed to eat, which I'm really pleased to get, because a lot of people say every hospital's different, and like I said to the dietitian, I'm excited to hear what I'm going to be asked to do. So I've got all this now. Me and my partner have gone through it and read through it. And I just thought it'd be really important to keep it so I can go back to it and refer back to it once I've had the surgery. If there's ever anything I'm not sure of. So that's sort of really what we went over. And she said that once I meet the surgeon, there's going to be like a form that he submits in which she has to sign off and the counsellor has to sign off. She said she's not going to have any problems signing me off as I'm ready for surgery. So that means that as long as the dietitian, as long as the counsellor and the surgeon agree, I will then be put on the waiting list. But she said she does want to see me again because there's a few more things she wanted to go over that we didn't quite have time for. So like I say, I'm going to see her on the 1st of July, but I think she sort of saw the panicked look on my face, like, oh my God, you know, I thought I was hopefully going to be getting on the list when I meat the surgeon. She said, no, I'm still going to sign you off, but there's just a few more things I want to talk about and just make sure you are aware of. So that was fine. I'm glad my partner came to me with that one because I came out feeling a bit disheartened and he was like, why are you disheartened? That was really good. I don't know, it's just something, just the way I am. I take away the negatives. So, but actually it was a very positive, when I look back, it was a very positive meeting, and she was lovely as well. Oh yeah, and I also forgot to mention I had a blood test the first time. I nearly passed out because I was so stressed with being late. I hadn't eaten or drank anything, so I was heaving and in and out of consciousness trying to get my blood taken. That was a bit silly. And that came up with a few deficiencies that they wanted me to take care of. So one of them, which is probably not going to be the same now, because as you can see, I don't know if you can see, my windows are really mucky. Look at that. It was my birthday, so my lovely flowers. It's really, really hot outside, so this is probably a waste of time. But these are vitamin D tablets. I don't know if I could show you this without showing off my dress. Vitamin D. I don't know if you can see this. No, it's back to front. Why does everything come back to front? How can I even pronounce it? Calciferol. Hello, Ringo. Yeah, for D3, because I'm lacking in D3. But that's the sun. I swear that's the sun. So she wanted me to take them. She also said my cholesterol was at 6.3, which is a little bit on the high side. So I had to go to see my doctor to see if he wanted to pop me. Sorry, he's a French bulldog. He's not the most gentleman of dogs. Wanted to see if they wanted to put me on any tablets, which I have been to the doctor and he's not too worried about that anyway. And then the other one she said was the folic acid was low, which I think that's just going to naturally come up when I lose weight. As with my cholesterol, that should go down. Probably because I have PCOS. I don't really know if that contributes to the low folic acid. It's probably all to do with it. So yeah, so that was that. So I've also now got an appointment with my counsellor on Monday, so that's tomorrow, and that's a telephone conversation just to sort of go over some questions, and then Wednesday I meet my surgeon. So that's a big day on Wednesday. We're also going to see Les Mis as my birthday present, so we thought while we're in London we might as well do it all, so like while we're up there. So we booked it for the 11th, so we're seeing Les Mis, which I'm really excited about. I love musicals. So yeah, I mean, my eating hasn't been as good as what it was before I met the dietitian. It was my birthday, so I sort of had a 2-week break from my diet, but I've only put on 2 pounds, so I'm quite keen to get back on top of that and get back to the gym, get back to doing all these things. So I'm a bit disappointed with myself for that, but I'm not gonna make myself feel bad about it. As you can see, I've got a box for my NutriBullet. I've bought a NutriBullet, so I've been doing sort of protein shakes before I go to the gym, because I was finding I did feel really, really hungry when I was coming out of the gym, and that sort of really affected how I felt. So I've got my NutriBullet. So because I mean, I found when I did protein shakes that it tasted really bitty, but in this NutriBullet it blitzes them and it makes them taste like a milkshake. So I've done them with skimmed milk, and I can't really tell that much of a difference. So I'm really pleased with that. So I'm really sorry this has gone on a little bit. Thank you so much for whoever's subscribed to my channel. That's really lovely. And anybody who's left me lovely comments, I really, really appreciate it. I'll try and put some full body shots of me so you can see, because my room is really small. I've got like a super king bed, so that took up my whole room. When you've got this little one, you have to have a big bed because he takes up so much room. He just loves to spread out. So yeah, do subscribe and leave me lovely comments. And like I say, if anybody's had Mr. Bonanimi as a surgeon, I would love to hear from you. Or anybody who's going through this. Any comments, any guidance, I would really, really appreciate it. As I say, I've started doing some things already. I've been doing meal prep. I bought loads of lunch boxes and I've been prepping my meals to help me stay healthy. That's sort of how I lost my half a stone. So I'm all over the place. I did a lot of meal prep. So when I got back from work and I knew I was going to the gym, I had my dinner ready. Which normally, if I didn't have my dinner ready, I would have gone and got a takeaway, because I've just finished work and I can't be bothered to cook. So Sunday nights I used to prep my dinners. Really helped. So anybody who's on this pathway and you haven't tried meal prepping, then please do try that, because that is that really works, and it worked for me. So yes, do try that. So yeah, do subscribe to my channel if you think you're going to find these helpful, and I'll be doing my next update once I've met the surgeon and sort of let you know a little bit more about what's happening there, and hopefully I've lost a bit more weight than putting on 2 pounds, as I'm quite disappointed at myself for that. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you, and as I say, if you've got channels, then leave them below so I can subscribe. I love to hear and watch other people's videos. So yeah, thank you and take care. Bye. My gym induction today, so I just thought I'd do a quick body shot, as I didn't do one in my last video, so you haven't actually seen me, the whole me. There's a lot of me. I don't know if this is going to work. So this is me. So yeah, this is me at my highest weight that I've ever been, but hopefully we're going to change that. Okay, so